So if you don't know who this lady is, this is a lady by the name of Dr. Jackie who plays on a TV show called Married to Medicine. She recently had a video resurface the internet. Basically, she made the comment that black women are overly dramatic when it comes down to pregnancy and childbirth, and a lot of black women are now angry about this.
Dr. Jackie went live with her castmate, and she proceeded to say that during pregnancy, black women are dramatic. Black women don't get taken seriously because we cry wolf. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with y'all right now. I'm very livid at that statement. Me being 23 years old, the fact that I haven't had a child yet, I'm fucking livid.
Dr. Jackie of Married to Medicine just confirmed everything that the TikToker Selena told us a few weeks ago. That you have to have a level of professionalism. You have to have a level of morals, beliefs. There's nothing that can be taught when you come into the medical field. Because from experience, we know that there are many doctors, nurses, and there are some good ones, but there are some bad ones that just flat out don't care if you don't come from a certain class. Now, although the clip is 3 years old, we don't know what your sentiments is today. Because people are coming out saying right now that Dr. Jackie don't even accept you as a patient if you have Medicaid. How is it that you're joining forces with the VP of America, Kamala Harris, to push a program and ensure that black women have access to Medicaid, especially while they're pregnant? There's a YouTuber by the name of Lakeisha Keisha. She explained to us, her audience, how she tried to book an appointment with Jackie, and she couldn't until she paid the full price prior to meeting her. She had to pay the full price for a first-time patient appointment. She had to put her credit card on file, slide it, charge it, then go. So that tells you what Jackie is all about. And I agree with Buffy. It is very dangerous that you, as a black OBGYN, have these sentiments about your own kind, your own people. Am I shocked? No. But I'm happy she said it out loud because now we know. There are many stories about black women going into labor and not returning home from the hospital because they complained to their doctor. They were having pain in their back, their neck. They were having headaches because the doctor did not believe them. They sent them home only for that person to become a spirit because people like Jackie didn't believe that they were actually in pain. My thing is, how can you determine if somebody is lying to you about their pain levels or not? You have to be a skilled doctor to be able to determine that. If you need an example of this, just look up Judge Hatchett's son. He's been advocating for his wife for years now. Back in 2017, Kira Johnson went in to deliver their first child. She complained of having headaches and pain. The doctor sent her on her way and she's no longer here with us today. Another thing that I find very interesting is that it was revealed during her meeting with Kamala Harris that black women are dying at a 3% rate during childbirth. Because black women, in specific, is what I'm talking about right now. Now, I don't know what other races decide to do. I just know what was a growing concern in my community. Because we knew that this was a growing concern amongst our community, some people decided to hire them a midwife. Do y'all remember how they started taking those people kids? Because they felt like they were putting their child in harm's way? Never mind the Georgia doctor, St. Tracy Julian, who unalived the child during childbirth because she used excessive force to remove him out of the birth canal. We're not going to even talk about that. I have more to say about the situation, but I want to hear back from y'all. What y'all think?
Y'all, I just want to say Dr. Jackie has left a sour taste in my mouth. Like, I cannot believe that she said those things. I cannot believe that she said that black women are dramatic. They are crying wolf. They just want to know, so they have to be off. I really can't believe she said that because at the end of the day, America is the worst country to become with child and carry in.
Sometimes as African American women, we're a bit more dramatic. And that you go to the doctor and you complain and you complain and you complain and you're not taken serious because you cried wolf the entire pregnancy.
That ain't me, boo. I don't know what you're talking about, but go ahead.
I didn't say you. I just said as African American women, we want to also make sure you're being serious with your doctor and not playing the game so I can take you off work. Because then we see you 25 times in the pregnancy. It's hard to believe that there's a true problem when there's a true problem.
The fact that black women are never taken serious. We are never taken serious no matter what it comes down to. Now, this comment that she made was very disgusting because of the fact that you're a black woman your own self. A lot of people were saying they feel like she's upset because of the fact that she cannot bear children, so she's taking it out on her patients. Who knows? But the fact that we are never taken serious as black women and everything we do is considered as a joke. And a lot of these women begin to speak out about going to the place where she does, all of her work at, and how they were treated. And it was all just, it wasn't good comments that they were making, y'all.
Y'all, I'm seeing Dr. Jackie all over my For You page in regards to the comments she made about black women, and I just want to give my 2 cents. I chose Dr. Jackie because, she's in the Atlanta area, she was a black female doctor, and knowing, the high mortality rate with black women during childbirth, I wanted to feel protected, so I wanted a black doctor. But honestly, this was the most traumatic birthing experience I could have possibly thought I would have went through. To make a long story short, the day I turned 38 weeks, Dr. Jackie decided to induce me because they thought my baby had a low birth weight, meaning they thought he only weighed 5 pounds. I went to the hospital that day not knowing that I was going to be spending the next 3 days in labor, in excruciating pain. And not only was it painful for me, it was painful for my child because his heart rate was going up and down, up and down, up and down, with them trying to exhaust every option they could to get him out of me. So when all their methods failed, they ended up telling me that I had to have an emergency C-section because his heart rate had got too low. And y'all, when I tell y'all I was bawling from the moment they told me to the moment they put me on a table, crying, couldn't talk, I couldn't even open my mouth. After that was all said and done, weighed him, he ended up being 6 pounds, 8 ounces, meaning he didn't have a low birth weight and he could have stayed in me until he was ready to come out. Mind you, in those 3 days, I didn't see Dr. Jackie one time. Not one time did I see her. And I had my baby during COVID, so it was only one person allowed in the delivery room, me and my mom, and I was scared out of my mind, okay? Scared. And then my baby, now he has developmental delays, and I don't know if I should associate that with them inducing me, because personally, I feel like if they let him cook a little bit longer, he would have been fine. But who am I to say that's correlated? But that's just my story, and I'm sticking to it, and I will not be going back to her.
I guess since everybody else sharing their north side and stories, I went to Dr. Jackie's clinic. She wasn't my doctor, though. I never got to see her. I wanted her to be my doctor, but I couldn't. They said she was booked up. But her partner was my doctor. She was a very good doctor, Dr. Castillo. She was a very good doctor, very nice. I had 2 pregnancies at the location. One baby I lost, the other baby is upstairs. And my birthing experience with Northside, and I'm not going to say the doctor per se, but my birthing experience with my daughter was pretty traumatic for me. And it's probably been one of the main reasons I don't want to have kids no more. Because I had a C-section. Both my kids are very big. I had diabetes during my pregnancies. So my son, I had a C-section. My daughter, I had a C-section. My daughter, I asked, could I do a VBAC? Because I really wanted to try to do it naturally, but they told me no, she was too big. Blah, blah, blah. I had to have a C-section. But my second C-section was a little bit different than the first one. The first one caused a mass in my back from my epidural, so I couldn't get another epidural. So they told me they were gonna put me to sleep, which I'm like, okay, y'all gotta put me to sleep. I get this baby out. So I got put to sleep, but before I even got put to sleep, when they rolled me back into the room, one of the nurses was leaning on me like this with her elbow in my legs. Because mind you, most of the time when somebody's coming to the C-section room, they think they numb because they have an epidural. I didn't have one. So I could feel her on my legs. I had to take my mask off from the anesthesiologist, where I was getting my little oxygen or whatever, and told her, can you tell her to get off of me? I could feel her on my legs. She was having a full-blown conversation with another person in the room. And she was like, she can feel? What you mean? And she was like, yeah, she's not numb. She's getting put to sleep. And she was like, oh. I'm like, so how many other people usually laying on them? Were they supposed to be there for a procedure? And then I got put to sleep, woke up from having my daughter. I didn't have no pain medicine. I'm screaming to the top of my lungs, this hurts, this hurts. Like I could feel everything. I just had a C-section with no meds. No meds. I didn't get no medicine until I got put upstairs to my room. And so I was in so much pain. So much pain. I will never forget waking up and feeling that pain. I feel like somebody was ripping me from the inside out. And I just remember that. And then I just kept feeling so out of it. And you could see, when I go back and look at pictures, you could see my face look so pale. They didn't tell me until like 2 days later that I had lost a lot of blood and I'm going to need, I think it's called a blood transfusion. When they bring the pipes of blood in, I was going to need about 2 or 3 of those because I had lost so much blood. And I remember I just felt so weak, like I was knocking on death's doorstep.
Okay, so I want to elaborate on what she's saying because I did go through the same experience. Now, my experience was not from the doctor that they went to. My experience was in a hospital where I had literally had my son and I hemorrhaged. The doctors sent me home after I hemorrhaged. They knew that I hemorrhaged. I was sent home, y'all. And after I was sent home, I kept having these headaches. I kept complaining about being weak. I had to literally cry to my mom. I was 19 years old, cry to my mom and tell my mom that I was not feeling like myself. My mom told me to go to the hospital, y'all. I literally kept nodding off, feeling like I was going into a deep sleep. Head kept hurting. My eyes kept hurting. Why did I lose so much blood? The day before I was sent home from the hospital, I lost so much blood and was still sent home, and the doctors knew about it. So I can definitely relate to this story and how traumatic and scary it can be. But y'all, drop a comment down below. I want to hear some of y'all feedback on how a lot of black women are not treated properly. How do y'all feel? I mean, I've never watched her TV show, and I don't really care to want to watch her TV show because when it comes down to these celebrities and these TV shows, I don't care for them. But that is it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in another one. Bye.